sister excluded me from the Christmas party because I'm just a janitor. When reported this to my parents, they laughed dismissively, saying that can't be helped. So I quietly stopped paying for her medical school tuition. Now they're calling me because the school sent them the bill showing the unpaid fees. That conversation led him to introduce me to clean his company's office. Gradually, I began to receive more jobs and became busier. I was able to hire a few employees, and the company was doing well. Then one day, a fateful call came. "Michelle, I got into medical school," Kevin's excited voice came through the phone. His dream had finally come true. "Kevin, I'm coming right away." After receiving the call, I couldn't stay put. I rushed to the university during a break at work. The moment we found his name among the accepted students, we hugged and rejoiced together. However, our parents' expressions were complex. "Medical school tuition is over $50,000 a year," my mother's voice trembled. "We can't afford that." "I'll pay for it," I blurted out without thinking. The company was doing well, but sourcing such a significant amount every year was not easy. "Michelle, that's too much for you," my father said, concern etched on his face. "It's okay, I want to do everything I can for Kevin's dream." Overwhelmed with gratitude, Kevin burst into tears. "Michelle, I will definitely repay your kindness." Inspired by his words, I worked even harder. Every day I went out to secure new contracts, striving to minimize labor costs by working on site myself. Seeing my relentless work, one of my employees approached me. "You're pushing yourself too hard. Let us help with what we can." I took his words to heart and began delegating more tasks. Gradually, the company steadily grew, and the number of employees increased. However, in exchange, I drastically cut back on my personal life. I refrained from buying new clothes and worked even on holidays. Yet, whenever I saw Kevin thriving in medical school, all my fatigue seemed to vanish. However, Kevin's acceptance into medical school gradually changed our parents. The first sign of change was at a family memorial service. "Our Kevin has been accepted into medical school," my mother proudly told each relative. With each telling, she received praises like "impressive" and "how commendable," and her face lit up with pride. When an aunt asked, "Is Michelle still in the cleaning business?" my mother's face clouded over slightly, and she answered vaguely, "Well, yes." My father also changed. He began to bring up Kevin at his weekly chess gatherings. "My son says he's going to be a neurosurgeon." "Ah, your son is really something else." The accolades from his peers seemed to inflate his ego. Gradually, one evening during dinner, while I was discussing a new contract at work, my father interjected. "Michelle, how long do you plan to keep doing that kind of job?" My mother chimed in, "Right, Kevin's classmate might introduce him to a medical office job. It's much better than cleaning." My heart froze at my mother's dismissive reference to my job as just cleaning. As Kevin's performance in medical school became known for its excellence, our parents' attitudes escalated further. They began to boast to our neighbors and at the hospital during his internships. "Our son is so well regarded by the doctors. He might stay on at the university hospital," my mother's voice would rise with each story. During the end-of-year cleaning, as I tried to teach some professional cleaning tips, my mother looked at me with a hesitant expression. "Michelle, it seems this kind of job suits you." My father even began planning his retirement, banking on Kevin's future success. "Once Kevin becomes a doctor, we won't have to worry about our old age. Working at a big hospital, he'll easily make over $200,000 a year," he speculated. Conversations at home gradually revolved solely around Kevin. I felt as if my existence was fading into the background. At family gatherings, my mother started avoiding topics about my work. "Michelle is well, she's managing," she would say quickly, followed by, "But Kevin." One day at a neighborhood Christmas party, a decisive moment came. "Your son is in medical school." "That's really impressive," a neighbor commented. My mother responded proudly, "Yes, perhaps it's a result of our upbringing. We've inspired him to pursue a dream in healthcare." I was shocked by her expression at that moment. It seemed my daily efforts to pay his tuition had been erased from my parents' memory. My decision to leave home stemmed from these experiences. Keeping a reasonable distance, I managed to maintain a relationship with my family. However, a significant event soon shattered our family dynamic. It began in the autumn of Kevin's senior year in medical school. Kevin started dating a fellow medical student, Tiffany. They met during an internship at the university hospital. She was talented and beloved by everyone. Kevin was instantly smitten. Tiffany is the only daughter of a family that runs one of the top general hospitals in New York. Kevin's voice over the phone held a note of pride. It turned out her father was the director of a general hospital. "That's amazing, but I'd like to know more about her. Can you introduce me sometime?" "Ah, yeah, sure, but it's exam period now, so maybe later." This exchange was repeated many times. Even after a year of dating, I had yet to meet Tiffany. At first, I didn't mind. Medical school is busy, and I was busy with work too. But a sense of discomfort lingered. One day, on my way home from work, I accidentally saw Kevin and Tiffany in front of a high-end restaurant, chatting happily. Just as I was about to call out to them, I saw Kevin's expression darken. He hurriedly ushered Tiffany inside the restaurant, pretending not to notice me. At that moment, I couldn't understand why my brother was avoiding me. Then that call came. "Michelle, about this year's Christmas party." My mother's voice carried an unusual weight. "Maybe it's better if you don't come this year." I was taken aback for a moment, doubting what I just heard. Our family's Christmas party was a never-interrupted tradition, One I had always attended no matter how busy I was. Even when I started my company or during delicate times in our family relationships. Since my childhood, this party has been a cherished memory, filled with my mother's homemade cakes, my father dressed as Santa Claus, and exchanging handmade gifts with Kevin. It was a precious time to affirm our family bonds. What do you mean? Well, Kevin is bringing Tiffany, and her parents will be coming too. My mother's words were hesitant, as if hiding something. That moment brought back memories of the past. The night I stayed up caring for Kevin when he had a fever in elementary school, and the days I encouraged him during his middle school entrance exams. Those memories now felt like a distant past. The truth came directly from Tiffany herself. In fact, I had already met her a few months back. It was a fateful encounter on the day of a cleaning service bid at the General Hospital. After finishing a presentation with other contractors, I was checking documents for the next project in the hallway when a hurried woman nearly bumped into me. "Oh, I'm sorry," said the young woman in a lab coat, apologizing deeply. While thinking she looked familiar, I glanced at her name tag. It read Tiffany Owen. Realizing she was Kevin's girlfriend, I couldn't help but speak up. "Are you Kevin's?" She looked surprised. "Yes, but I'm Michelle, Kevin's sister." Tiffany appeared momentarily perplexed but quickly smiled warmly. "Oh, I've heard a lot about you from Kevin, but he never showed me a photo." Our conversation naturally flowed, and before I knew it, we were deeply engaged in discussion. Tiffany was an intelligent and kind woman. I could see why Kevin was smitten. "Could we keep this between us?" Tiffany suggested. "I think it would surprise him. He would be surprised when we reveal to him we've become good friends."